Hello! I didn't post a new recording last week since we are continuing with the same ideas from week 3, but this week we'll shift gears a bit, making it a good time to take a few minutes to think about what we're doing, what we will do, and why we're doing it. The schedule helps answer the what part of those questions. It tells us that we'll continue working with the article summaries. That'll include using PsycInfo in a little different way than we did before, so you can find an article on your own. Before we move on to synthesized knowledge in the literature review, we'll take a little detour to learn about APA-style citations and references. The learning outcomes for the class, or learning goals, help explain why we're doing these things. They explain what you should be able to do at the end of the class, and are based on the APA guidelines for the psychology major, as well as the expectations of Northwest psychology faculty. The connection between what and why, or the assignments and the learning outcomes, might be pretty straightforward when we think about the general process represented by the article summary worksheets. Each part of the worksheet actually relates to other goals, though. If we get to the bottom line, literally and figuratively, the worksheet demonstrates that you can gather information from journal articles. It also helps you collect information for your literature review. It starts, again, literally and figuratively, with the focus of the article. Understanding what the information in this section means will contribute to your ability to communicate in APA style, including writing a research hypothesis. Basically, the information in this section is an example of part of what you'll need to do for the introduction. Similarly, the sections of the worksheet about the population of participants help you think about the ways we obtain research participants. As you're locating the information about recruitment and the characteristics of the sample, you're reviewing examples of the participants section. Although the materials sections tend to be quite different from article to article, each one represents the process of selecting the measurement or manipulation for a study. As I mentioned in another recording, our notes on this part of the worksheet can also really be helpful when we're actually selecting a measure. The research design part of the worksheet is more abstractly related to the assignments. My hope, though, is that it encourages you to think about the difference between the types of designs so that you can think about what it means when you need to write a non-experimental hypothesis and design a non-experimental study. The summary of results section helps us bring together the other pieces. I hope it encourages you to think about the idea that we use different descriptive and inferential statistics depending on the type of variable and the research hypothesis. When we practice writing this part of the report, we'll use very simple statistics, but looking at articles can help you understand what we do for more sophisticated studies. As I mentioned earlier in this recording, the next steps will be for you to find an article to summarize on your own and to learn about citations and references. The resources, activities, and assignments related to those topics are designed to continue contributing to your ability to meet the learning outcomes for this class.